Welcome to this training on how to feel enough. If you're watching this video, it's probably something that we've all worked on at some stage in our life, and it's exactly what it says, a feeling. So I'm going to share with you today on how to change the feeling of not being enough and to transform it into a magnificent feeling of being enough. So welcome, my name is Vicky Lord, and we're diving deep today. I've got three simple little tips for you to feel enough in your everyday life. So, tip number one is that we're all creatures of habit. And so that means that we've created the habit of not being enough, the feeling of not being enough. The feeling is the habit. And we can change these little sneaky feelings or habits in a simple process. And so the first thing to work on when we're changing the way that we feel is to know that we've got this power within us called focus. And focus is the first, it comes before energy. So focus is more important to focus on right now than time. So you know how a lot of people say that time is the most important thing. Well, if you're spending your time on the wrong focus, then it's not the most important thing at this time. So what we want to do is we want to work on our focus first. So if the focus has always been the feeling in the body that I'm not enough, you're walking down the street and you're just not enough, or you're going to a conference and you're not enough, or you're just got this daily feeling that being enough, not being enough is stopping you from doing something wild and wonderful with your life. So the focus is what we want to change right now. So if you look at your focus, the focus is the desire. So where your focus is going, it's like a path. You got the focus is looking over here, and you're going to walk towards where the focus is going. So if the focus is always like, I'm not enough, I'm not enough, I'm not enough, it's going to keep going on that direction. So let's change the focus, and the focus will change the direction to wherever you want it to go. So that's the first key. What have you been focusing on so far that we're going to change? And so the next thing we do after we've realized the focus has been in the wrong direction, but we're going to take our focus and we're going to put it over here and we're going to change direction, is what new desired feeling do you want to feel? The truth of who you are. So in the past, something has probably triggered a feeling in you of not being enough, and we're deciding to let that go right now and moving into a new feeling of being enough. So what's the new desire that you want to feel? And you may notice that when you think of this new desire, that it's more of, it could be more of a hope or a longing, and it's not actually faith. So, what I want to help you to realize right now is that the new desire that you have of being enough, being worthy, being able to have courage is possible. But what we've got to do is we've got to make a few changes so that the new desire is a total belief within your whole body, because your belief is 100% driving where you are going. So the new desire, which is I'm enough, and then we want to create a really solid belief that you are enough, because in the past, the solid belief has been I'm not enough, but we're changing that to I am enough. So let's create a really powerful belief of being enough. And we're going to do this first off by focusing on our desire, which is I am enough. So once you have your focus now that I'm enough, it's time to change that feeling that goes with it. And to change the feeling, we've got to change a few different parts of our whole entire being. So right now you've changed your focus. You've become aware that your focus was the feeling of not enough, and now your focus has changed to I am enough. So to make the feeling of being enough loud and clear, we have to there's a few ways to do this, and one of the ways that I find that works really well for me is I disconnect from the world. And it doesn't have to be for days or months or years and go to the mountains and retreat. You can just do this in your daily life. And what works really well for me is I turn my computers off. I um, I have a family around and I'll just go outside into nature and I will look at the mountains and the hills and I'll realize that they are enough just the way they are. Nature is enough the way it is. So I spend time with nature, who doesn't feel like it's judging, it doesn't feel like it's anything, it's not like attacking. So I go and I stand out in nature, I look around and I'm like, isn't it magnificent? So I've disconnected from all the feelings because often not feeling enough is a pressure from society. So disconnect from that and get outside and really feel it in your own body, which is where I want to get you to. So your own body holds the feeling, and we're going to release or let go of the focus of not being enough. And if you notice these two energies, because it's like polarity, you've got good and bad. You've got the sun, which is so bright in the day, and you've got the moon that's soft at night. So we've got these different polarities in life. And if you notice, you'll be able to see the focus and the energy of your focus. So if you put on one hand and you notice that the feeling of not being enough, and you feel the weight of it, and then you look at the other hand and you'll notice it's higher. It's like, I am enough, and it just raises naturally to a higher vibration. And so if you notice these two energies and you focus, and then you go out into nature, you'll be able to feel the difference in your body of being enough. And one of the powers of disconnecting from social media and what we're on right now is not a lot of people do it. Not a lot of people go out and actually be in the present moment. And if you do that, you'll feel these energies as well. You'll be like, huh, isn't that interesting? And you'll start to notice the energy of where your focus is going. So to feel it in your body, you have to create some change. And I got a little picture here of how it works. So we've got our mind, which is where our focus is. And the mind is sending messages throughout the whole body. And so the mind up here sends the whole body the message on how to feel. So if you go out into nature and you send your mind, it's going to send messages to your whole body. And your whole body has these little messenger parts all throughout it. It's got the gut instinct, which is telling the rest of your body how to feel. It's the part of you that if you're walking down somewhere dangerous, it's going to say this is dangerous. And if you pay enough attention, you'll hear the signals. But our mind is telling our body how to feel, and it tells our gut instinct how to feel. And then if you spend some time and notice the same focused energy, you can feel it in your heart. So if you're focusing on being enough, you'll feel that your heart is open and full of gratitude. But if you feel that you're not enough, you may find that yourself, the energy of your heart is going into fear and constriction, and you might find some, and you start to tense up a bit. And so the focus really is really important because it's going to send signals to your whole entire body. And one of the things that I've often shared on my videos, if you've watched enough of them, is that I once healed the healing of jealousy in my body, which was insecurity at its core. And the only thing I knew what to do was to start running. I just knew that I needed to cleanse my body, and I started running. And after some time of running, I ended up as a totally different person. And that season of my life where I was releasing all that old energy, I rattled up my body. I got it all out. I was like, no more of that stale energy. And you can do this too. You can do it through whatever movement you want to do. Movement is one of the greatest ways to let out the old energy of your body. We have this thing when I went to a retreat once, and they had us move our arms and send the energy back. And it's like sending all the stale energy out of your body. You can become a totally new person with a new energy in a moment of time. It doesn't take a long time. Like people think that, it takes a long time. It doesn't. It's just a shift in your focus and a shift in your energy, and just becoming aware of how you want to live your daily life. It's so much amazing way that you can live from now on. And if you watch the video this far, you may be interested in going further with your own personal experience or your own transformation in any area of life. And if that is you, I have a course called Journey of Self, and it's to help people really understand life. Because when I understood life and how I could let go of the past and create a whole new me, my world totally changed, and I want that for you. So I'll leave that course below in the comments section, and if you feel drawn to it, you can check it out some more. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.